my name is Christina Hughes and I am the owner of Ganache Cupcakes. And today I'm going to show you how to make a cupcake stand with some easily found items that you could get at Hobby Lobby or a craft store. A few months ago, it was a friend's birthday and his boyfriend asked me to make a cupcake stand, which I did not have any. So upon looking on the internet and looking at some different things, this is what I've come up with to make a cupcake stand. So you'll need, these are cake forms. These are plastic. Normally they are cardboard. The plastic ones to me seem a little bit sturdier. So I've already put together several of the tiers. We're just going to do the top tier for time. But this is the 12-inch, an 8-inch, and a 6-inch. You could use different sizes. They come 14, 16. And you're going to need 2 for each layer. So that's what your cupcakes will stand on. This I'm using for the column in between each tier. It's just some styrofoam discs that I've glued together. You could also, several websites have suggested using a can of soup. However, I don't like to waste food and I just think that's kind of awkward to have a full can of soup in someone's cupcake stand. So my idea was to take the lid off. I have a can opener that unseals. And then you could fill it up with sand or something to weight it down, glue the top back on, and then use this as your column, but I'm not going to do that today. This is just another styrofoam piece that's going to go on the bottom for our stand to give it a little bit of height to raise it off the counter. And then I have some ribbon to cover each column. I have 2.5-inch width ribbon, and I'm going to cover each column with this. I also have some smaller ribbon that's going to go around the edge of each layer to kind of cover up the rough edges and to make it prettier. And also you'll need some heavy paper. I have some scrapbook paper here. It's pretty heavy. You can see one that I've already used. I would probably next time use contact paper. It's grease proof and it's already sticky, so you could just put your form on there, trace it, and have it stick to the cupcake form. I have 2 of the 6-inch cake forms, and I'm using a glue gun here. You could use any kind of glue. It doesn't really matter for this. Okay, so I have my glue gun here. It's already heated up, and I'm just going to apply some glue on our cake form. And you want to do it kind of quickly because it hardens fast. And then you're going to match your top form and make sure that it's even. And there you go. So this is going to be our top layer. And then the next thing we'll want to do is cut out our paper. And we'll use a pencil and go around the edge. And you'll just mark the area off like that. I've done this earlier. And then, of course, cut your circle out. We're going to glue it on top of the cupcake form. Earlier I suggested using contact paper, which is great because it's sticky and it's grease proof. But if you decide to go scrapbooking paper, you'll have a bigger variety of colors and prints. They make contact paper for every occasion, including your grandma's birthday, so you could find whatever kind of paper you wanted. And what you'll do is just glue it on the top here. Of course, this isn't perfect, but it doesn't really matter. So you'll want to apply the glue again. You could also use a rubber cement. That way you could peel this off and start over. Just press that down. And you have your colored paper on top. So we have our ribbon here. I've already measured it to see how much I would need. It's easier than trying to use it while it's on the roll. And you'll put a little bit of glue to start, just a little tiny bit. Again, it dries quickly, so you want to work fast. And you don't need to go all around, you just need to do a few inches at a time. It works better if you apply the glue to the ribbon and not the form, because you can see there are spaces in here, so if you put the glue on there, it's not really going to stick. I had planned to use plain ribbon and plain paper because I wanted to use it for different occasions and just make it plain, but then I saw this ribbon at the store and I had to have it. So normally I would match the ribbon and the paper to the cupcakes that I was having. One thing I didn't show you how to do was how to put your ribbon on your styrofoam form here. I have some straight pins that'll help you put it on there. You can glue it on there, but this is just easier. So you're going to line up your ribbon. This is 2.5 inch ribbon. I found it in the wedding section. They have bigger ribbon there. And you'll line it up with the edge and pin it. And this doesn't exactly cover our whole styrofoam column here, so I'm going to double it so that it will cover each edge. Okay, so down here I have my other layers that I've already made. And this is the bottom layer. And we're going to glue our base on the bottom. And you can just eyeball it. Some people like to measure. I'm not really that particular about it. So you'll put some glue on here. Again, it dries pretty fast, so you'll kind of center it in the middle. And this will be your base to hold it, hold your first tier off the counter a little bit. And then you just add the columns in each layer. Again, if you wanted to use a ruler to kind of figure out the center, you could do that. So that's our first tier. See how easy this comes together? You can do it. Well, some of my things were made already, but it's not bad. And then we have our top. And I'm making sure I'm putting the pins in the back. And I don't have any cupcakes here, but I have a little paper cupcake to put on top so you can see how it'll fit. And you could probably fit 24 or so on here. The end.